Evening, folks. Right, I'm just doing this quick video for you. I've got to get this scrap pile down. I'm sticker tripping over everywhere. So I'm going to do two sort of mini projects here. That's just basically to get that pile down, just get rid of some of it. And I don't want to waste it. I don't want to burn this wood. So as you know, Shelley's been doing a laser, not laser projects I'm doing, but she wants some sort of blanks so she can, go to him as and when she needs him, and she can get organised. And then I want to do something with some of the wood scraps just to use it up, put a few bits on to help support the channel on my website and stuff like that. So you can go along to the website, and if you want to buy a couple of these bits that you see here, you can do. So basically, it's like a bit of a batching out video, but it'll just show you what you can do with these scraps if you want to, just give you some sort of ideas where you can go and do stuff with scraps. So one of the projects here I'm doing is, I've sort of half done it before, and I'm modifying what I did last time just to make it better. Once you make something once, you'll always see the flaws in it. You can go back to it when you make it the second time and make it a little bit better, can't you? So this is what it is here. So I'm just marking out here. I'm just using a pencil just to mark on that aluminium there. So that's 20 centimetres there. Make sure the power's off. And when you're measuring coming out, making sure it's touching the tips of them blades. So you're accounting for the full blade width curve. So just set a stop block up. This will just make it easier. I mean, what I'm making here doesn't have to be super accurate in length. It's just that I thought, you know what, just because there's sort of odd size bits and whatever, I'll just make it sort of easy for myself. Little scrap piece there at the end going, that'll be for the log burner. Just take it nice and easy, in no rush. And this was quite an enjoyable process getting this done. It was nice to do. It just got rid of some of that, and it just, I've got stuff there. Like I say, I can put on my website, let people buy it to support the channel, all this kind of stuff. But it weren't all about, I'm not trying to push stuff. People can go to the website if you want, up to you. But this is about showing you what you can do with scraps. So as you can see there, I've got loads of blocks cut. These are sort of blanks I'm going to be doing for Shelley, and it's sort of like a big batching out sort of process. Make stuff easier, so when somebody orders one of her laser products, she can just go to a shelf, she can just get it off the shelf. Anybody orders some sort of design or whatever it is she's doing, she can just laser it on the wood and away to go, so it's nice and quick. She's not having to go and get all the tools out for maybe one or two items at a time. So that's the way that is. I'm just cutting some angles on it. I think these were 45°, but you can interpret it as you want. So everything gets a good sand. This is a 180 grit here. This sandpaper's really good as well. Really enjoying using this. And that's been a sort of a little bit of a godsend. That mat under the piece of wood there, it was a viewer that recommended that to me, so I just want to thank you for that, because it has massively helped. And here's Shelley now. This is her bit, what she's doing. So there's like I said, there's two sort of projects here in this. I'll get more into the second project later on in the video. But she's batching these out. So what she'll do is she'll do these, and then she will just basically put them on a shelf ready for lasering as and when anybody wants one. There he is, looking for postman. So she's already done a load of these, and for picturing, and there you go. So she's got them on her little rack. So anybody that wants one now, she can just pull it off, laser it, and get it out. You know, a quick turnaround. Turns out, just makes your life a bit quicker. Now, this is the second project I'm batching out. You see me cutting the blocks at the beginning. Now, there was two sides of it. There was 4 sides of this I was going to make. And then as and when I was cutting them, the smaller sizes didn't make sense to me. So I ditched that and I just went with the 2 sort of bigger sizes, a 15 centimetre and a 20 centimetre long. It will become clear in a minute. So I'm just marking here on my table sled. I'll be upgrading this table sled, but I just put marks there. It's a little workhorse. It doesn't matter if it's got marks on it and pencil marks. You know, you see some of these table sleds and like works of art, aren't they? And they're not to be looked at, they're to be worked, aren't they? Let's face it, come on. It doesn't really matter if you've got like a pencil mark here or there or on it. I'm just cutting some dowel in here. Just take it nice and easy. And I've got some glued up here and I just leave them to sort of set overnight. And look at the state of my table, the mess. You know, these are things you don't see when I'm doing the videos. I'm normally a really organised person, but when it comes to me woodworking, for some reason, everything just turns into a mess. So I'm using bits of pallet wood there at the back. Now, you can probably gather for now that the push blocks I'm making. Now, I made a original version, which were good and worked really well, and I've still got them and they're still operational. But it was just a few things I just wanted to change on them. So that's the back bit there. I'm just using a bit of pallet wood for the back, which I've got at the back, and there was a few scraps cut off. So when you push it through, that, hooks onto your wood. That's the little handle for the top. So I'm gluing everything together, and I want to make sure this has got no metal in it whatsoever. No screws, nothing like that, no nails or whatever. Now, I've seen people make these and they put screws on in them and things like that. If you're confident of doing that and you know you're never going to hit them screws, that's fine. But for me, knowing what I'm like, no, it's a no-no. And some old oak draw sides here. I'm just cutting out some oak plugs here. This is another little project I was doing for a project I've got on one of my next videos. So I thought I'd get that out of the way. So I needed something like 100 and odd plugs. That video will be coming up, I think, on next Wednesday. I'm just checking my speeds here. Sorry, my depths. It's got a little depth stop, this. It's really good, but I'm no good with numbers. When it comes to things like this, it's like some form of, like, I don't know if it's like a dyslexic sort of thing. I don't know. So I have to do everything about 3 times before I get it. So I'm just countersinking into the tops and into the back where the little up piece is. And I'll stick dowels in them. The tops I'm going down about 70 millimeters, and in the backs I go in about 50 millimeters. So just making sure everything fits right. Get some glue into them holes for the dowels. Now, I changed the size of the dowels. You see me cutting dowels on the table saw, but my other doweling come the exact size that I wanted from Amazon. I got it off. These are birch dowels, hardwood dowels. So I don't know if that's better or worse. I ain't got a clue, but I thought I'd use them. It was the size I wanted. So I just reverted back to them, and I'll save them other dowels for another project, so nothing goes to waste. And this is just basically an added piece of security. I mean, would the glue have held them? I'm not sure. It seems solid enough, but I'm not sure, and I weren't going to risk it because these are going to be used on a table saw. Now that back bit, that scrap wood back bit, obviously when that gets knackered, you could sort of like just chip that off and put another piece on, I suppose. So just sanding over, sort of like shaping it, that handle a little bit just to make it nice to sort of hold. Just cleaning them up. I mean, I know it's only workshop item, but what a good way of for your scrap wood making something to make you safer. Now I like these. The one I've got I use a lot. Now Shelley's just going to put our logo on it because I'm going to put a few on the website for people to buy. Like I said, it's just a good way of getting rid of that scrap. So have a go at making these yourself. Please have a go at them. They're so easy. But if you don't want to have a go at them, go to the website and buy one off us. But please have a go at them yourself. They're so easy. It gets rid of that scrap. Look at them. I think they look all right, actually, to be honest. And they work amazingly well, these. You don't have to go and pay 60, 70 pounds for them plastic ones that sort of, if you touch them with a blade, you know, they sort of go everywhere. These are nice and safe, believe me. Thanks for watching, and on to the next video.